Part 1: Adolf Hitler and Rise of Nazi Germany.
Adolf Hitler was a German politician who became the leader of the Nazi Party and later the dictator of Germany from 1933 to 1945. He was born on April 20th, 1889, in Braunau am Inn, Austria. Hitler's rise to power can be attributed to a combination of factors, including political maneuvering, economic turmoil, and the exploitation of existing social and cultural sentiments. Here is an overview of how Hitler gained control over Germany and utilized Nazi propaganda. Early political career. Hitler joined the German Workers' Party, DAP, in 1919, which later became the National Socialist German Workers' Party, NSDAP, or the Nazi Party. He quickly rose through the ranks and assumed leadership in 1921. Hitler used his powerful oratory skills to captivate audiences and gain support for his nationalist, anti-Semitic, and anti-communist ideologies. Hitler had supreme authority as Führer, leader or guide, but could not have risen to power or committed such atrocities on his own. He had the active support of the powerful German officer class and of millions of everyday citizens who voted for the National Socialist German Workers' Nazi Party and hailed him as a national savio. He and other patriotic Germans were outraged and humiliated by the harsh terms of the Treaty of Versailles, which the Allies compelled the new German government, the Weimar Republic, to accept along with an obligation to pay $33 billion in war reparations. Paying the crushing reparations destabilized the economy, producing ruinous runaway inflation. By September 1923, 4 billion German marks had the equal value of $1 American. Germany also had to give up its prized overseas colonies and surrender valued parcels of home territory to France and Poland. The German army was radically downsized, and the nation forbidden to have submarines or an air force. Hitler, a mesmerizing public speaker, addressed political meetings in Munich calling for a new German order to replace what he saw as an incompetent and inefficient democratic regime. In the new Germany, all citizens would unselfishly serve the state, or Volk. Democracy would be abolished, and individual rights sacrificed for the good of the Führer state. The ultimate aim of the Nazi Party was to seize power through Germany's parliamentary system, install Hitler as dictator. Hitler blamed the Weimar Republic's weakness on the influence of Germany's Jewish and communist minorities. Nazi Party foreign policy aimed to rid Europe of Jews and other inferior peoples, absorb pure-blooded Aryans into a greatly expanded Germany, a Third Reich, and wage unrelenting war on the Slavic hordes of Russia, considered by Hitler to be Untermenschen, subhuman. Beer Hall Putsch. In November 1923, Hitler and his supporters attempted to seize power in Munich through a coup known as the Beer Hall Putsch. The coup failed, and Hitler was arrested and sentenced to prison. During his imprisonment, he wrote his infamous book, Mein Kampf, My Struggle, which outlined his political ideology and strategies. Political resurgence. After his release from prison in 1924, Hitler rebuilt the Nazi Party and focused on achieving power through legal means rather than through a coup. He capitalized on Germany's economic and political instability during the Great Depression, using populist appeals and blaming scapegoats, such as Jews and communists, for the country's problems. Propaganda machine. The Nazi Party employed an extensive propaganda apparatus to shape public opinion and gain support. Joseph Goebbels, the Reich Minister of Propaganda, played a key role in disseminating Nazi propaganda through various channels, including newspapers, radio, films, rallies, and mass events. Propaganda aimed to promote Hitler's image as a charismatic leader, spread Nazi ideologies, and manipulate public perception. Enabling act and consolidation of power. In 1933, Hitler was appointed Chancellor of Germany by President Paul von Hindenburg. He used the Reichstag fire incident as a pretext to suppress political opponents and pass the Enabling Act, which granted him sweeping powers. Hitler then dismantled democratic institutions, established a totalitarian state, and consolidated his control over the government, military, and society. Propaganda as a tool of control. It fostered a cult of personality around Hitler, portraying him as a strong and visionary leader. It also promoted racial superiority, anti-Semitic beliefs, and the idea of German expansion. Propaganda effectively indoctrinated the population, created a sense of unity and loyalty to the Nazi regime, and suppressed dissenting voices. Through a combination of political maneuvering, exploiting societal discontent, and implementing an extensive propaganda machine, Hitler successfully rose to power and established a totalitarian regime in Germany. His control over the country and the manipulation of public opinion through propaganda played significant roles in his ability to maintain his grip on power.
Thank you for watching. Stay tuned and consider subscribing for part 2, Anti-Semitism and Why Hitler Hated Jews.